For some, the dream of flight starts early.
Well, I think I got interested basically by watching the fighter pilots from Truex Field practice shooting targets overhead of our farm area and my school area. And so therefore I thought I'd want to join the Air Force as time went on, but that didn't happen. During the farm days, the gentleman who ran the thrashing crew developed an airplane for me, and he whittled out a prop on it. And he probably did it to keep me away from the activity, but I used to fly that little airplane around in the wind with the prop turning, and that's another part that I wanted to do, is fly an airplane. But I also wanted to do the Air Force, but time goes on, you go to school, get married, have kids, and so I started, my first flight actually was on my 50th birthday.
As happens so often, life steps in and distracts us from our dreams. It doesn't erase those dreams, it just puts them in the background for a while. Luckily, for the many students who were fortunate enough to have Woody as a teacher, his life took him into the classroom and then onto the administration building.
My heart really was with education, and I just enjoyed helping young folks grow, helping. I just enjoyed that, so I went to back to school at Marine Schools and in Wales, Wisconsin, and with a K-12 school, and I became a school administrator there, and so I was there for 9 years before I moved up to Green Bay area in 1980, and became a school administrator here in Green Bay and Ashwaubenon Public Schools. I retired out of there after 18 years.
Woody's life was all about education until his 50th birthday, when that dream was remembered.
So I started, my first flight actually was on my 50th birthday. I was over to a friend's house on my birthday. We were talking about it there. He said there's no better time than now. So he drove me out to Pulaski, Wisconsin, where there was an instructor out there. She took me, Joanne Heath, she took me up in the air, and the bug, of course, really bit, and I became really active in aviation. I just could not get enough.
That aviation dream didn't just take hold. It opened a new path for Woody. When he retired from education, he took a half day. That's right, one half day, off from work, and then began his aviation career.
And then on my retirement day from school, I was a CFI at that time, CFII. I stayed home one half day at noon. I said, this is enough. I'm out of here. Went out to the FBO, and they said, I wanted to do something at the flight school. So we created a little flight school in one of their hangars. We created the name for it, CAVU, Ceilings and Visibilities Unlimited. And so that was there. I just sold it. I had owned it for 22, 23 years.
He has more than 7,000 hours of flight experience. Remember, all of that was earned after the age of 50, and is qualified to teach private pilot through airline transport pilot. He's also an FAA designated pilot examiner. But that wasn't enough. He still needed to help younger ones discover aviation.
In Oshkosh, the Young Eagles program, we created a ground school online. We called it Badgernet at that time. So I taught an online school right out of CISA agency and CISA 6 using their facilities. I had people in the class like the granddaughter of the founder of the EAA was in my class, and she gave me a little present. In fact, I have it right here called a picture for the wall called the Little Aviator, and so that was great fun. I have flown. I had a plaque from the EAA. I've flown over 700 Young Eagles. And so, not sure what the number is exactly. All I know, the plaque says 700 missions on it.
But it wasn't just through the EAA that Woody reached out to young and new aviators.
Well, the Civil Air Patrol has been a great asset in terms of my knowledge in aviation. And so I was working with one district west of Green Bay, the Boulder School District. And there happened to be a teacher there that was assigned to work with me along with the administrator. And I noticed he had a shortwave radio in his classroom. I asked him about what do you use that for? Well, he said, I'm with the Civil Air Patrol. Oh, really? I said, what's the Civil Air Patrol? And so he introduced me to Civil Air Patrol. They had an airplane, so I flew some missions. I remember flying, getting a call. So I did search and rescue. That was one of the missions for Civil Air Patrol. The other mission is aerospace education, and so I was the aerospace education leader for it. But I took, for all practical purposes, I pretty much have all the awards that Civil Air Patrol provides. And I don't know, I was always talking about aviation wherever I went, and I try to get people involved.
And that's what aviation needs. Die-hard enthusiasts who love flight and can translate their love to others, especially young people. The future of aviation may be in the hands of the youth, but without people like Woody guiding them, that future wouldn't be as brilliant as it is today.